Welcome to this edition of the Lucid Quest Respiratory Strategic Roundup, covering developments from June 25 through July 30, 2026. This reporting period highlighted a respiratory market where competition is expanding beyond individual therapies toward integrated portfolios that combine new mechanisms, indication expansion, differentiated delivery, and care infrastructure. Success is increasingly being shaped not only by clinical performance, but also by treatment convenience, commercialization strategy, and the ability to support patients across multiple stages of care. Several developments pointed to this trend, with 4 themes standing out. The first theme was the evolution of pulmonary fibrosis into a new phase of commercial competition. Regulatory approvals for nerandomilast in the UK and Europe introduced a differentiated oral mechanism with a tolerability profile that may improve long-term treatment persistence and reduce monitoring burden. These advantages could influence treatment sequencing and broaden patient access, particularly for physicians seeking practical alternatives within existing care pathways. However, commercial success will depend on reimbursement decisions, physician confidence, real-world persistence, and how the therapy is ultimately positioned alongside established antifibrotics. A second major theme was the growing importance of portfolio breadth in COPD and asthma. AstraZeneca strengthened its respiratory franchise through the licensing of a late-stage PDE3/4 inhibitor, while also advancing Trixeo toward a potential asthma indication. Together, these moves illustrate how established companies are combining external innovation with life cycle expansion to reinforce long-term franchise value. Broader portfolios may improve commercial leverage and physician engagement, but sustained adoption will depend on meaningful clinical differentiation rather than portfolio size alone. Comparative evidence, payer acceptance, and positioning within evolving treatment guidelines remain important watch points. The third theme was the increasing value of treatment convenience in pulmonary arterial hypertension. Insmed's long-term extension data for once-daily treprostinil palmitil inhalation powder reinforced the commercial potential of reducing treatment burden while maintaining encouraging clinical outcomes. If confirmed in randomized studies, simplified administration could become an important competitive advantage in a market where adherence influences long-term success. Even so, the open-label nature of the current evidence means Phase 3 confirmation of efficacy, safety, and tolerability remains essential before the commercial opportunity becomes clearer. The final theme involved innovation extending beyond medicines themselves. FDA approval of the LungFX ex vivo lung perfusion system and UK authorization of lower-carbon beclomethasone inhalers demonstrated how competitive positioning increasingly includes technology, infrastructure, and environmental performance. These developments suggest that operational value and health system priorities may become more influential alongside traditional measures of efficacy. The key uncertainty is whether these innovations will translate into meaningful adoption, procurement preference, and improved long-term outcomes. Looking ahead, we will be watching European reimbursement and treatment pathway decisions for nerandomilast, the global development strategy for TQC 3721, commercial uptake of Trixeo in asthma, randomized Phase 3 results for TPIP, early adoption of LungFX, and whether lower carbon inhalers begin influencing procurement decisions across healthcare systems. The key takeaway from this reporting period is that respiratory competition is increasingly being defined by portfolio execution rather than individual products. Companies that successfully combine clinical innovation with treatment convenience, life cycle expansion, operational capabilities, and system-level value may be best positioned to strengthen their long-term competitive standing. Although real-world evidence, reimbursement, and physician adoption will ultimately determine which strategies prove most durable. Thank you for joining this edition of the Lucid Quest Strategic Roundup. For more healthcare market intelligence and strategic analysis,